Hey, ladies. Had to fix my head wrap. Let me see. Welcome. Happy Friday. Fix my lighting. Hello. Waiting for some more people to join. Might change the camera up. If you can. If you are live here, say hi. Say where you're from. Say how you found out about the event. We're gonna wait for a few more people to join. We usually start like 2 or 3 after the time. So welcome. Put in the chat. Say hi. So, just a forewarning, we might get a visit from my daughter. She's usually nap time, so I usually schedule all my meetings during her nap time. But of course, today she didn't want to take a nap. But it's like that. Like that sometimes. Yay. Let me see if I can get this other camera to work. Let's see. Yes, much better. Much better resolution there. Okay. Hey, happy Friday. Yes. I understand about the kids causing messes. So, yes. Let's see if we can get better audio here. I think. Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. Yep. I think we got better audio. Make sure this audio works. Okay. I am going to share my screen soon. And like I said, she might join. So just so you know. And if you have any questions, of course, just remember, of course, like she's been quiet this whole time. You hear her humming. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the chat. I want to make sure that I'm answering all your questions. So I'm going to share the screen, share my screen. Michelle, how you doing over there? Is that right? Let me see. I'm gonna share screen. Mommy. Yes, baby. All right. Can everyone see my screen? Okay. So what we're talking about today is how to write a resume for tech transitioning. And hello, if we have any new viewers, my name is Maisha Williamson. For several years now, I've been helping people transition from whatever their career is to a tech career. I'm really passionate about it because I really enjoy helping people level up their career, helping people level up their income potential, and helping them just open up the new possibilities to a career that might be more flexible for them or might have more earning potential for them. So resumes for tech transitioning. So first of all, let's talk about why resumes are important. Let me see if I can, why resumes are important. So your career is like your career business card. So it sells your strongest skills and accomplishments and shows you are a match for a position or project. So resumes, they aren't the complete part of the business search. It's a very different time than it was now. It used to be that you can just submit a resume and somebody would call you for a job. It happens, but not as much. But I want you to think of, say you are a business owner. You are the business and you're trying to sell yourself to a job and have them buy your product, right? The product is you. So resumes are your career business card. It is important, but it's one piece of the puzzle to securing the job that you want to take. So it sells your strongest skills and accomplishments and shows how you're a match for the position or project. So if your business card doesn't reflect what this job needs, they're not going to call you. Just like a regular business, if you are looking for a paint landscaper and you find a lawnmower's business card, you're not going to call them because they are not what you need, right? So a little bit about customizing resumes. You should write a new tailored resume for every position you apply for. And we will talk a little bit more about that and go into detail later in this conversation. I get back and forth from people when I say that, but we'll go into why that's important. So we're going to talk a little bit about the formatting of a resume. So a lot of this advice is pulled from Google recruiters. Google has created a resume job search resource, and they have quickly become the standard in tech recruiting. So they tell people to follow this format, and I'm teaching you directly from that format. So you're going to format your resume as a PDF. When you save in Google Files, you can click Save as PDF. You're going to skip the objective. They know what the objective is. Your objective is to get that particular job. So you do not need to write objective any longer. You need to use black text and keep the font size clean, simple, and consistent. Check for typos. This is very important. Even if you have somebody do your resume, you want to check for typos. I'm neurodivergent. I have a slight issue with reading. So even though I'm a great writer, like sometimes there might be a proof reading or comma error. But what you do is you're going to use tools like spelling or grammar, and then you're going to use Grammarly to run any papers, cover letters, or resumes through to make sure. Also, send it over to a friend just to make sure that everything's consistent. You're going to use bullet points. When I get resumes, a lot of them are in paragraph format, or the bullet points are in paragraphs. That's not what we're going to do. We're just going to have impactful bullet points that show the message you're trying to get across, right? And make sure you include your contact info. A lot of resumes actually leave this off. Nowadays, you want to put your LinkedIn, your phone number. You do not have to put your whole address. You put the city you live in and your name. So another formatting tip is you're going to put education before experience if you're a new student or relatively recent graduate. I was just having a conversation with a client about this week. They were like, well, I see people with their education first. I said, what year did they graduate? They graduated last year, 2 years ago? Yeah, their education's going to be first. Or they went to Harvard or something like that. They put their education first because they just want somebody to see they went to Harvard, right? But other than that, you're going to put your experience before your education. Your experience is more important to that job than your education, especially if you graduated 10, 15 years ago. Your education is probably not honestly really relevant anymore, especially if you're transitioning to the tech field and you don't have a tech degree. We're going to talk about the XYZ method. So Google describes this method as you're going to format your bullets, as many bullets as possible, like this. You accomplish X as measured by Y by doing Z. But just to make it easy to remember, they shortened it to the XYZ method. So you accomplish X as measured by Y by doing Z. Okay. I'm gonna check to see if I have any questions. Happy Friday. Any questions? I see we got people on YouTube. We got people on Facebook. Hey, love. If you're on Facebook, I just see Facebook user. So everybody just type your name because I can't see your name. It just says Facebook user. Okay, so bullet point formation. Let's dig deeper into this. So, for example, say if we have a business applicant who wants to show how much he or she contributed in a client support role. And a lot of people, you have phone positions or client support roles. That's wonderful. These positions can actually translate great into a tech career. Okay. So this is an okay bullet point. Grew revenue for small and medium business clients. It's okay. But let's remember the XYZ. Here's a better bullet point. Grew revenue for small and medium business clients by 10% QOQ. So QOQ means quarter over quarter. You're only going to use something like quarter over quarter if you absolutely know that the recruiter is going to know what this means. For example, like if they use this in the job application or the job description. Otherwise, you're going to spell out quarter over quarter. Here's the best example of a bullet point. Grew revenue for 15 small and medium business clients by 10% quarter over quarter by mapping new software features as solutions to their business goals. So accomplish X, grew revenue for 15 small and medium businesses by measured by Y by 10% quarter over quarter by mapping new software features as solutions to their business goals. Does that make sense? I'm just pausing here so you can look at it, digest it, and notice how this is a better bullet point than the rest of the bullet points. Okay. So let's workshop a resume. Yay. We're actually going to workshop my resume. Okay. So let me see. I'm sharing here. I got to share something else. We're going to workshop my resume. What types of things are go into when you have no tech experience? I can go into that. So we're going to workshop my resume. I have a resume that needs some help. Let me see. Let me see if I can share screen. So I'm going to share this. So I have a resume, business program manager, May 2020. I probably use this to apply for another position or something. And here is my resume. Now, there are some things that can be approved. This is not a completely final resume, but let's go. Let's dive into this. So we're going to focus on maybe the first two sections. Okay. So let me see. I'm not sure if I can get two different, if I can share two different share. I want to share another screen. Let's see if I can share another screen. I can't share two screens at a time. So anyway, this is the resume. So I'm going to share another screen. I wish I could share two things at a time. So I am going to tailor this resume to fit this job description. Okay. So I saw this posting today. We have an exciting opportunity available within our data analytics. And you all probably can't even see that. Stop screen, share screen. So this one, saw this posting. We have an exciting opportunity available within a data analytics professional service team. If you are a technical project manager with SaaS experience, software as a service, please follow the link to apply below. Data analytics team, opportunity, project manager, alter your careers. Okay, so there's a link here. So we're going to stop sharing. And then we're going to share this position again. Share screen. So we look at the position. The name of the position is Technical Project Manager Remote. I hope everyone can see. What if they see this? So it's Technical Project Manager. It says data analytics solutions empower individuals, team, and organizations to evolve our market-leading products, self-service analytics. So I look at the responsibilities. Bullets, and then I'll look at additional responsibilities, and I'll look at the knowledge, skills, and abilities. Okay. So I'll look at these things. And the reason why I'm looking at this is because I'm going to make sure that this language is reflected in my resume. Now, I can't keep sharing this. So as I update my resume, I'm going to go back and forth to this job description, but I'm going to stay sharing my resume. Okay. But just know that I'm flipping back and forth between resumes. Okay, here we go. So we're going to look at these experiences here, and we are going to update. Okay. So in these bullets, we need to make sure that it's highlighted that I'm able to manage a project, since this is a project manager position. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to call this Technical Project Manager. And so I'm going to share this screen now. So we have the copy. So we can just delete that. All right. So we're going to make sure that, it is clear that I can manage a project. Okay. So there's no wording in here that explicitly says that I can manage a project. If you really read it, you can see maybe that that I did manage projects, but you want to put more explicit wording. So we're going to work on this bullet. Implemented improvement recommendations based on feedback data and product testing, and implement projects from scope to completion. Okay. So it does say here that, implemented projects, and one recommendation, decrease call center by 10%. So what I'm actually going to do to make it easier for me, I'm going to put XYZ in this bullet. So let me see. I'm actually going to put accomplished X as measured by Y by doing Z. So I can remember to follow that format. So to reword this bullet, I'm going to put decreased call center volume by 10% by leading a project no. Analyzing customer data and okay. So that is the first iteration of my bullet. Decrease call center volume by 10% by analyzing customer feedback data and implementing a process improvement project from scope to completion. I want to say leading because they want to know my leadership. I'm going to go back to the application and I'm going to look at their wording. Something they use a lot is full cycle project, completes risk assessment for projects. Manages projects. Okay, so let's go back. Decrease call center volume by 10% by analyzing customer feedback data and leading a cross-functional team through a full cycle process improvement project from scope to completion. It's kind of wordy. Full cycle process improvement, I think scope to completion is inferred. Does that make sense? How I retooled this bullet to follow the XYZ method, and then I looked at the position to see if I could add more information there. Okay, so someone mentioned if they did not have any tech experience. Let me see if I could find a position if you don't have tech experience. So when I first got into tech, I did not have tech experience. So I had to go back through my experience and try to see how I could translate previous experience into a tech experience, right? So I was a project manager before I entered the tech field. So I had to display how some of these experiences could be translated to tech. Okay. So I have Crowley Engineering. All of these, none of this displays right now how I can translate this into tech. Okay. So presented findings of analysis of State Department of Indiana Energy. So this could use a lot of help. Set parameters for analysis and created okay. So it's quiet. So presented a plan to decrease city's energy consumption and budget by 30% by analyzing data collected and analyzing data. Of course, we collected data and using statistical modeling to predict savings with suggested improvements. Okay. And this could be retooled, but does that make sense? So the company that I set up or pulled up is really focused on that you're able to use data. So I analyzed data and used statistical modeling, and using that I was able to predict savings. Okay. And then I presented a plan to decrease energy by 30%. So that's a measurable goal there. There's probably some more retooling that can be done there, but I hope that was helpful. Any questions? And I hope that's some examples. But was only planning for this workshop to be 30 minutes. All these workshops are usually going to be 30 minutes. But if you have any questions, let me know. I will come back. I have some more to share. Just a little bit more to share. Let me see if I can share my screen again. Okay. So we went through all of this, and I wanted to walk through, we're not going to be able to walk through LinkedIn today. That'll be a separate workshop, but I wanted to show you where the resume fits in the rest of your job search, right? So why LinkedIn is important. LinkedIn is your personal career website or marketing engine. So if your resume is your business card, your LinkedIn is your website or marketing engine. 87% of recruiters find LinkedIn to be the most effective when vetting candidates, okay? Especially candidates under 45, which most of our audience is under 45. Or if you're not executive level, they're using LinkedIn. Executives have a whole nother process. LinkedIn is like a professional search engine. It's just like Google. It's Google for people who are looking for jobs or looking for other opportunities, or for recruiters who are looking to fill their opportunities, right? So 87% of recruiters prefer LinkedIn as their number one place. So that is a very big number, and you want to make sure you're in that number. You're going to optimize your LinkedIn profile so when recruiters are looking for certain keywords and looking for people to fill their positions, your resume, or your LinkedIn rather, is optimized so people who are searching for you can find you. It's like a marketing engine, right? When you search a job, or when you search that you're looking for something online, you'll find a solution to what you're searching as a website, right? And it's the job of that person to put enough information on maybe their website or whatever form of marketing they're using to give you enough information, right? And that's why your LinkedIn is important. So, networking. So, if your business card is your resume, LinkedIn is your website, networking is traffic generation. So, network is how you're generating leads, people, or traffic to you, basically, right? Just a story. I've received all my jobs and interviews from networking. So I found it more effective than just cold sending resumes. Um, your resume and LinkedIn profile might not be seen otherwise if there are too many candidates. So, for example, I have applied with very large companies or medium companies, and I've gotten referrals to those companies, and hundreds of people have applied for those jobs, but I might have been one of the people interviewed because my resume was sent through referral, right? So I just had a resume with a FANG or Manga company. It means one of the top tech companies. And I submitted through a referral. They looked at my resume. My resume was obviously good enough that they brought me on for an interview. I had like a million rounds of interviews, and I made it through the final interviews. So that's actually the first job that I have not gotten that I've interviewed for in my tech career. And most people would see that as a fail. I actually do not see that as a fail. I was interviewed by, I guess it's like the second top tech company in the world, and I made it through the final round of the interview all the way to the end. And I think the interview went very well. So I see that as a win. I see that as the pieces were together. My resume, my LinkedIn, my interviewing was all together. Who knows why I didn't get chosen finally, didn't beat somebody else out. But the fact that I made it that far and was able to break through so many candidates, I see that as a win. And I just try to let everyone remember that you're going to have some failures. It's fine. It's not a personal indication that you are a bad person, or if you're not hearing back from anyone, it's not a personal indication that you've done something completely wrong. That's fine. There's thousands and hundreds of people interviewing. You're competing against a lot of people. The way you're going to make yourself stand out is through networking, okay? And when you are getting interviews, you're making to the final round. That's good. That's good, right? You're retooling your interview skills for future opportunities, right? And a lot of people, when they first break into tech, they're only thinking about the big tech companies, but there's so many tech companies. There's small, medium size. I work for small tech companies. There's startup companies. There's just so many different kind of companies, and those companies can pay you well. So remember those. Any questions on that? Let's see. Okay, I think that's the end of that. But if you're new, you might not have heard of this, or if you are if you haven't heard about this opportunity, but basically in June, me and my business partner, we are starting a June accelerator. So when I work with my clients, I found myself to be doing the most. I help them with their LinkedIn. I help them with the resume. I'm helping them doing the networking. I help them on their job search. I'm helping them with their interviewing, and I'm helping them negotiate after they get the offer. And so I decided to put this in one package, in a group package. And I think it would be so much more beneficial to do this as a group than do this individually, as you can support each other as a group. You can learn as a group. There's accountability. You feed off each other's energy, right? And then I can teach, at the same time and have a better impact working with the students. Small cohort. But one of the easiest things, I think, easiest ways to break into tech is to first start in project management, especially if you haven't had another type of role or another industry experience. You break into project management, and then you use project management to launch you to wherever you want to go in tech, right? Okay. So I'll just give you a peek. And if you want this document, I can send it to you. You DM me, I'll send it to you, and you can set up some time to talk to me more about it, right? So this is a little bit about what we go through in the accelerator. And like I said, my munchkin, it's our nap time. But we're gonna go through. Use the bathroom, baby. Okay. We're gonna go through the awareness phase. We're gonna go through. I hope this is set. But we're gonna go through the mindset transition. A lot of times you have to. A lot of people see this as a white boy party, right? That only white guys work in this field. But you have to understand that you deserve to be here, that you can get a tech job, and we're going to work on your mindset just to open up like what you believe. We're going to talk about what is agile. Agile is a project management methodology. I'm certified in agile, and I've been using agile in a lot of my projects, and most tech companies use agile. We're going to go through agile jobs, etc. We're going to go through lifestyle design. We're going to talk about your career path. We're going to bring on different mentors to help us figure out our career path, to see what kind of positions you want to grow into. We're not going to just worry about your current job or getting your first job. We're going to plan your career for the next 5 years. And if you want to dream for the next 10 years, we're going to focus that there. So assets phase, we're going to work on your skill set, knowledge. If you need certifications or boot camps, we're going to guide you on what's best for you and your interests, right? We're going to work on your LinkedIn, your resume. We're going to work on your journey journal. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, I'm learning AWS, and I've just started to journal what I'm learning about AWS. Every time I put up a post, I'm getting recruiters in my inbox or people making introductions in my inbox. So we're going to teach you how to journal on LinkedIn to get noticed, right? We're going to help you make connections. Like I said, that network is very, very important to get you a job. So I'm going to help you, connect you with my connections, my friends who are in tech, and also the connections that I'm making, and help you develop your own connections and relationships, because that's what's really going to push you throughout the rest of your tech career. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, you can DM me and I'll send you this document, but we're going to start in June. And I'm really, really just passionate about especially helping Black women. Oh, I didn't see that the camera was messed up, but my little munchkin, especially helping Black women transition into tech. Like, we deserve to be here. We're culture creators. We create the culture. People copy off of us. We really need to be creating technology and creating the future and influence the technology that the technology that is put out here. Yes, you want to transition in a year, but the work begins now. Yeah, definitely laying the foundation to work and building that network will really help your transition in a year be a lot easier, right? So if you have any more questions, just let me know. I hope that was helpful. I'll be sending out the replay. We had a few bumps, but I think it worked out. I think it was helpful. If you like this information, if you like workshops like this, let me know so I can know what kind of content to produce. I I've been doing resumes for a while, but we're focused on doing this whole career transition. After the end of May, I'm no longer just doing resumes because I feel that doesn't completely do job searchers justice. Okay. So if you want to pay and get your resume done before the end of May, I will definitely be open to that. But after that, I think it's better if we help your whole career journey. Thank you, Facebook user. I can't see you. But yeah, everybody just leave their name. And I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to everyone soon. I'll see you in the group and talk to you later. She's just messing up my camera.